Everyone.
Thank you for the welcoming. And yeah, we are quite pleased, in fact, to be on stage today and together because we were part of the first wave of the Polkadot Blockchain Academy. So we couldn't be here, unfortunately, last year to open the first Paris.com. So it was a bit sad. But on the other side, we were so happy to be part of the first wave of the Polkadot Blockchain Academy. We are going to present you. So maybe just short introduction about you, maybe
Sure,
just
sure.
go on.
Yep, my name is German. I was one of the alumni of Polkadot Blockchain Academy in Cambridge, the very first one, alongside Leah. And now I work at Parity as a Rust core engineer in the Ink Lang specifically. If you were yesterday, you might have seen my presentation. And over to you, Leah.
So I was also part, like you, of the first wave of the Polkadot Blockchain Academy. Sorry, it's a long term to state. Between us, we said PBA. And yeah, I'm part of the PBA alumni, and I've joined Parity after the PBA, and now I'm working as a Rust engineer for more cryptographic protocol. Yeah. So let's present the Polkadot Blockchain Academy. How many of you have you heard about this before? Everyone? Okay, we have done a great job, in fact.
Perfect.
So maybe you can try to see where we are. I don't know, we have changed a bit since 1 year. So in
Getting
fact,
old.
it's a very, very specific program because I think it's one of the unique programs that is an on-site program. So if you want to be there, you have to take 5 weeks of your life where you just do Rust. So be careful when you are applying. And yeah, it's also very linked to academic.
So yeah, the whole idea behind the program, as Leah correctly said, is to basically bring you to the Web3 world, and it's aimed at the engineers with some sort of experience with Web2, and allows them to gain all the necessary knowledge to properly understand the blockchain. And it's not just like some sort of a boot camp. It provides all the necessary theory for you to understand all the necessary cryptographic primitives and economic theories behind the blockchain and modern consensus systems. So yeah, like we're gonna kind of break it down during this presentation and tell a little bit more about the structure and our personal experience, because there's a lot to unfold in this.
Yeah, so the idea is not just to provide Polkadot, of course, knowledge. The idea is to provide a very wide, wide range knowledge from cryptography, economic, and then you will be able to work on blockchain. But you need to get very strong skill before going deep into the blockchain, because the aim is, for example, in my case, I was able to work on smart contract and then move to more cryptography. And I think it was mainly possible because I was part of the Polkadot Blockchain Academy. So maybe next. And maybe, I don't know, I know Alberto is here in the room. So I don't know if you can testify about this, that the persons who have joined your team after the Polkadot Blockchain Academy was able just to really quick contribute to the core development. Two, sorry. Yeah. So,
So
yeah, because it's not just a program for people who don't know anything about blockchain. It's also a program for people who are in the ecosystem. They are just onboarded, and it's good if you can send them directly, and they will have a very strong overview about how everything is working in Polkadot, and you will earn a lot of time for your onboarding progress.
yeah, this is also the case for Parity. Like there is, like again, a small spoiler. There is PBA 3 taking place in Berkeley, in California, and a couple of engineers who recently joined Parity, and they've been essentially sent to, boost up their technical and theoretical skills in blockchain to the academy. And yeah, we're only hearing good news from them. All right. Now we're gonna touch on the curriculum, and yeah, I'm gonna start with kind of overview of the program. So basically, there are multiple modules. They vary program by program because there's still lots of work to be done. They still kind of tuning the curriculum to, to match to provide the smooth learning experience. But speaking of PBA1, I think the first module was basically cryptography, where there was no mention of blockchain whatsoever. So we only focused on cryptographic primitives, on different data structures that are used in blockchain. Then next module was about economics, the game theory, and basically it was kind of laid the foundation to understand the consensus systems. And only on the third module we actually started looking at blockchain. And later modules were basically focused on substrate and Polkadot tech. And as part of the curriculum, you also need to do some assessments, and they're not just like regular like exams like you took in uni. They're actually interesting assessments, and which allows you to apply all the knowledge you learned during lectures. So, Lee, do you want to talk a little bit more about assessments? What we did for the first?
I don't want to talk about this assessment because
yeah,
they are not so easy. So you have to be, I mean, you just need to be very prepared for this assessment because the aim is really to make you think, of course, and it's not really easy. It's never finished assessment. So the idea is just to push you at your maximum and to see how much you can progress during this 5 weeks. So it's just your own progress during with all this different content. The thing also, as German mentioned, is for example, we have been in the first wave, but I'm sure in for the fifth wave, it will not be the same content exactly because the content is every day it is reviewed by the engineer because it is builder who are creating these programs. So every day they put into question the program. They say, okay, it is not pertinent anymore. We need, for example, to add more ZK as it is, I think, quite very trendy. We need to invite more funders. Also, to just because more and more parachain are present in the ecosystem, so we need more and more funders.
True, I can answer that. Web3 is constantly evolving space, and the program evolves with it. And I would say that PBA3 is now completely different from what PBA1 was. And yeah, that's also the best benefit is that the program is created by one of the best engineers in the ecosystem, and you get a chance to have this in-person experience, chatting with one of the best, as I said, engineers in the ecosystem, chat with people from the ecosystem. And essentially, the program is taught and curated by engineers. So you will learn only the necessary and practical skills that you will need to apply in your job.
And also, I don't know, I think wave after wave, more and more PBA alumni are becoming teachers. So once you have joined this program, you can really be also involved in the content creation.
Yeah, we had a couple of PBA1 alumni who actually were teaching assistants in PBA2. We had, I think, one PBA1 alumni who's now an instructor for PBA3. So it's a constant cycle. I think, yep, I just want to talk a bit more like social parts. The also benefits of PBA is the constant evolving community. Lee and I, like, even after a year after graduation, we still stay in touch and constantly meet at conferences, and it's always nice, to meet the people you used to study together. And I would say that we have a very strong alumni network, and there are constantly like office hours. We exchange ideas, and there's always networking opportunities that open to you even after you graduate. But you also get a chance to network with some of the engineers, some of the instructors, and build a strong relationship with the people from the ecosystem.
Yeah, it's a good point because the idea, of course, it's not just a Polkadot block, it's first blockchain before Polkadot. And the idea is really for you, if possible, to join the ecosystem. So the idea is this networking path is really important because the education team will try to find the best match for you after the academy. So that is very important to have this kind. It's not just Parity, it's really an education program for the community.
Sure. And yeah, this new addition to PBA3 is the Founders Track. And the idea behind Founders Track is during PBA1, we realized that there might be different type of engineers and technical people coming to the program. There might be people essentially seeking an employment in Web3, and there might be some founders, like technical founders, who just want to prop up their knowledge in blockchain to understand the market better, to understand the market fit and whether the technology is viable. And this kind of an experiment of a PBA3 to introduce the Founders Track to essentially help the developers, to help the technical founders, again, as I said, prop up the blockchain knowledge. And it's more tailored towards entrepreneurship. But the core modules, like again, cryptography, blockchain, economics, are all the same for both engineers and founders.
So maybe let's get an overview of the current PBA at Berkeley.
Sure.
Yeah.
Again,
Or do you want to say something else before?
You want to give an overview for PBA in Berkeley?
The video.
Okay, sure. Yeah, and then we've got a little demo, like a snapshot of a PBA3, because it's taking place right now in University of California, Berkeley, and yeah, here you go.
Sorry, there is no sound.
There's no sound, but we'll pretend there's nice music in the background. I would sing for you, but no. Yeah. Hold on, I think I've got phone on me. So I think we're going to be running the academy every 6 months, and the applications for the next cohort will be open maybe like in a couple of next months. And I think it hasn't been officially confirmed, but it will be somewhere in Asia, because we're trying to essentially target different demographics, people all around the world, because these everywhere. The first PBA was at Cambridge, so basically Europe. Then the PBA2 was in South America, Argentina, Buenos Aires, and we were surprised by how strong the community was in Buenos Aires. Like, we had an immense feedback and impact in the ecosystem. And yeah, now we're doing it in North America, and the next one will be in Asia. So here you go.
But applications are not open yet. They need first to finish, of course, the third one before opening the application for the fourth.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it takes place every 6 months, and I think the next application cycle will be open like in a couple of months, roughly. Like, so autumn, go to, I think, academy.polkadot.network and subscribe to updates to get the most recent updates about the next cohort.
So I think the three things you need to remember is if you have people or just you want to know more about blockchain and Polkadot, or just cryptography and economic, or just if you have people in your team, you need to be on board on the Polkadot ecosystem. And last thing is, you want to start a project in the Polkadot ecosystem, I think just apply when it will be open for the fourth one.
Sure, absolutely. And again, I'm always happy to answer any questions from the audience, and just I'll drop my Telegram in the group chat. Always happy to chat if you have any questions. If you have any questions right now, do we have time for questions? Yeah, sure. If you have any questions to us about the academy, feel free to shoot. Yes. All right.
No.
no, this is not really a question. It's a comment on like what I said before. Is that
Yeah,
I
please.
think PBA has been great in like forming people like they have a basic knowledge in Rust or knowledge in Rust to become like substrate engineers in a very intense way, right? Because like you could form yourself in substrate and take 6 months, 9 months, a year, 3 months, but this case is like very very intense. It's very short. But all the feedback that I've gotten from like people that have been in PBA has been really great. That it's always very collaborative and it's serious, right? It's that they're not there for partying and things. Like they have exams and tests, that they have grades, and so for us, ecosystem teams has been great to being able to see all this and like then use this as sort of like engineers to hire, right? And I actually asked my team if they, because I know they're hiring a bunch of people, and I think they even hire more people from PBA, but that I know of at least two directly, but yeah, maybe more. So it just like I think it's a great initiative, and it's great to see that they're doing it every 6 months. And I think we've been sort of from Moonbeam, we've been collaborating, sending people there as teachers. I think Alan was in the first one, and then Gorka was in the second one in the XEM module in Argentina, and then I think Steven there is also there for the Berkeley one in the frame part. But yeah, just a comment more than a question. So
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions,
you.
though? Any other questions? I have one. When is is there, I don't know if it would be the first, but when is the next Blockchain Academy happening in Africa? Okay, let us know. Oh, all right, please do. Please do. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Appreciate what you guys are doing as well. Nice dual panel there from Leah and German. Yes.